Welcome back to The Bloated Chef. I am Chef Jerome, an actual bloated chef. And before we get to today's informative and entertaining tutorial, please be sure to slap down on that like button, click the subscribe button, smash that notification bell, and share with the entire planet. Please keep your hands inside the ride at all times, and we thank you. Oh, and we're back on the big board, and today it's all about Aaron go blah. Yeah, back to the motherland, folks. Ireland. We are taking potatoes. We're going to whip them up 3 different ways. Now, I know we do a lot of potato dishes on this channel, but I'm Irish Catholic, folks, so deal with it. Alrighty then. First things first, maintenance. We got to peel our big old Idaho potatoes. Moderately starchy. I've got some small white creamer potatoes, pretty starchy. Regardless, or irregardless, save those potato peels. I'm going to show you a neat little trick. This will be one of the best little snacks you've ever had, just short of potato chips. So potatoes 3 ways has to start with 1 way. So here's our first way. Potato discs or potato cakes. That's correct. We're going to cut them into about 1/2 inch thick rounds. Drop them in some cold water so they don't turn colors on you and oxidize. Right down the sides. There you go. 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch. Perfect. Sitting in cold water. Let's go ahead and get our rosemary chopped. Fresh rosemary, potatoes, pretty much a match made in heaven. Right? Get it chopped very fine. We're going to need that in 2 or 3 different forms. Are you with me? I thought you were. Alrighty then, next step. Red chili flakes. In goes our rosemary. We've got some kosher salt. And now we're going to zest 1/4 of a lime. Because this salt and Parmesan cheese mix is what's going to cling to our potatoes. Wait till you see how this turns out. There's our pecorino romano. We're going to go about 1 cup, if not 2 cups of that. Heaps of it. Heaps of it, I say. All mixed around and ready to go. Thank you. Now then, we've got to dry those potatoes off. Remember, moisture is the enemy of all recipes. So, just lay them down on some paper towels, fold them back over, make sure that they're dry, and we'll move on to our next step. The scoring process. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and set our oven to 425 degrees. There it goes. All right, the scoring process has begun. We're going to go about 1/4 inch down in the middle of each disc. Score it. Do a little cross hatch on each side. Keep that movement going. One side is all that's needed, because that's the side that's going to be face down and pressed with all that cheese. You dig? I hope you do. I know you do. Finishing up. That's what it should look like. Day it is. All right. Our oven is preheated. Let's lay a little bit of olive oil down on our pan, our sheet tray. Now we're going to lay that Parmesan, kosher salt, chili flake, and all the goodies mixture right down onto that pan. Get a nice coating. Make sure it's liberally coated. Ugh, I hate that word, liberal. Anyways, next step. Take the scored side of the potato with those good cross hatch marks. Place them and push them firmly down onto that cheese tray. Make sure it's the right side. Very important, and you'll see why afterwards. Next up, moving on, we will season the top end just for shits and giggles. And into our 425 degree preheated oven for 35 minutes or so. Make it 25 to 35. All right, we've got some leftover odds and ends potatoes. Time to make stage 2 of our 3-way potato dish, right? We're going to make some potato soup. We've got heavy cream, we've got onions, we've got garlic, we've got fresh basil, We'll finish chopping up those chunks. We've got plenty of nice potatoes, onions chopped, rosemary chopped, boom, butter, olive oil, preheated pan, and in go our onions to start. Next move here is to set up our steamer tray, classic old-fashioned style. Put a lid on them, a little bit of water in the bottom, and let them go. Cook them until they're al dente, because we're going to finish them up in the soup. Meanwhile, there goes that fresh rosemary, garlic, a little bit of smoked paprika, courtesy of Chef Kurt's seasoning. There goes some fried garlic, as I've stated, my new favorite thing. About a cup and a half of all-purpose flour, and now we make our roux. R-O-U-X. Roux, baby. Roux. Meanwhile, on the backside, in the sink, we're going to drain that initial rinse of the potato skins, the peels, if you will. Reload with some fresh cold water. Let that sit for another 30 minutes. Meanwhile, our roux looks really good. In goes our vegetable stock. Vegetable stock, people. That's right. It's a vegetarian dish. Vegetarians rejoice. Ew. At this point, if you've watched any of my prior tutorials, you'll see we're at lava bubbles. You see the bubbles? We add our vegetable stock. We continue, slowly but surely, bit by bit, quart by quart, until we have a beautiful, smooth, creamy, even though the cream's not in there yet. We'll go one more time. One more round of fresh vegetable stock in there. Let it simmer, and in go our spuds. Oops, not the screen, but the spuds. All right, that'll work. Either way. We'll let that starchiness of the potatoes take over and help thicken it. Now, 1 full cup of heavy cream. Yes, heavy cream. Sorry, vegans. Whip that through. Make sure it's well incorporated. Our soup is just about done. The very last step. Dried basil. About 2 full tablespoons worth. Trust me, it's going to impact the flavor. Let's get a taste. Oh. Oh. Well, I can only assume the big dumb animal likes it, or at least enjoys it. How about those spuds? There goes our little discs / cakes. Next step and final step. Our potato skins, if you will. Not TGI Friday style, mind you, but actual potato skins. Alright? We take them. We've rinsed them and soaked them 3 times. It's been an hour. These things are clean. The starch is rinsed off. Time to dry them off as best we can. And then guess what, folks? These are going right into a hot fryer. Now, at this point, let's just let the spuds do the talking, okay?
Oh, shit.
That's pretty cool, isn't it? Yep.
Oh, shit. Too much starch. Forgot about the starch. Yeah, I'm gonna sink that down.
Now, here's where timing becomes very important. Once you get them all out and they're in the basket, absorbing that grease, get the seasonings on there. A little bit of kosher salt, some of that Chef Kurt smoked paprika seasoning, and now let's plate it up, shall we? And the bloated chef presents potatoes 3 ways. Let's see what the big dumb animal thinks. Alright, I believe he's enjoying those potato cakes. Time to try that velvety smooth potato soup. What's he think? Yep, he's good. Now these bad boys. Let me tell you something, my peeps. These will be better than any bag of chips or snacks you'll ever buy.